Opportunities are red hot in the Houston economy. Ask yourself, am I positioned to prosper from the financial boom happening right now? Whether you work from a 1099 or a W 2, each week, Jonyprofit with the Executive Entrepreneur will help you leverage your talent, experience, and connections. Act now. Business minded people just like you deserve a piece of prosperity from the world's energy capital. Phone lines are open. Dial 713 622 6397. Follow us on your social media platform of choice at EEHOUR or email your questions and comments to online at eehour.com. Now here's your host, Jonyprofit.
Okay, welcome to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with me, yours truly, Jonyprofit. It's another weekend, and it's a very special weekend, especially if you got somebody that served in those armed forces. To all of you that went out there and made it possible for capitalism to exist. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your services are always appreciated. And for every cop out there making sure that, you do the right thing and keeping us all safe. Big thank you to you, too. And every firefighter that's out there that's pulling your friends from wrecked up cars and dragging you out of burning houses, thank you to you as well. So with that said, it's that weekend that everybody loves to go out there and have a good time and drink, and the pool opens and all that good stuff. Well, that's good, but that has absolutely nothing to do with Executive Entrepreneur Hour thinking, and we're going to get into that. So we have a full show. Got a lot of special guests here in the studio with me today. Jan Digilov with the B. He's here to talk about some hackathon, save the world kind of stuff. So for the social entrepreneur, this is the person you need to know because, again, technology doesn't seem to quite creep or find its way into a lot of the social problems around the world, and it must, because we use it on the commercial end to minimize, maximize, extend, expand, and do all this thing. Yet I can remember being in a few situations where something as simple as some computers in the classroom would have been life-changing. So he's going to tell us what's going on around town. Also, my new BFF, Lawson Gow's in the studio. If you could go now, things happen. So if you want to watch the show, you must go to YouTube. You got an app on your phone. If you want to see it live, go to YouTube. All you got to do is go to EEHOUR anywhere on YouTube. Just Google it. It's that popular now. It's all our shows are on YouTube. You can see this guy. He's like built for Hollywood. Yeah. So anyway, you can check it out. He's here from Mental Bright, and the reason he's here is so I wanted people around me that are bred or groomed for success. And that's why Daniel's always here every weekend after weekend over there typing away, making it possible for you to read and stay posted. But I wanted some successful people on the show that could just, that are used to success. They've seen success, they've been around success, and now they're successful. So he's here. He's going to share some insight about a lot of things he's doing, as well as what Mental Bright does, because I'm a big believer in you think good, they pay good. I won't use the rest of Deion Sanders stuff. But with that said, a special thanks goes out to the folks over at the Young Inventors Showcase of Houston. I was there this morning, got to hang out over at the University of Houston, Bowers School of Superstar Entrepreneurship and stuff. I met Kim and Iris. They did a wonderful job hosting that. Seth was nice enough to invite me. We sit on a board together. He's like, John, come out and be a judge. I'm like, it's on a Saturday. Can't do it. But I made it out there, and I made it to my workout. So, again, if you're over 40 and you're not fit, you need to talk to us, okay? Just email me, jw@eehour.com. I'll put you in touch with Jade Gold. Get you working out because you got to shed the extra insulation, man. It's not winter. We live in Texas. Also, had a great time at the Houston Economic Club meeting this week. It was the last one of the year over at the Federal Reserve, where Patrick gives all this great information from the port or from the Greater Houston Partnership. Hope to see more of you out there in the coming future. There's a lot of folks in there with a lot of great information. Remember, in business, your SMEs, your small business, that's not what makes wealth. Taking that money and making money and getting rich from your business and then investing it properly into the world, the universe, that's where wealth comes from. Because for all of you running around talking about, Dr. Dre's a billionaire and all that, selling beats isn't what made Dr. Dre a billionaire. An investment company coming along and chunking that much money after it, thinking we can make more later, that's what made Dr. Dre a billionaire. So keep that in mind. So we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to introduce our two guests, and we're going to get to talking. So you're listening to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Go to YouTube, put in EEHOUR, and you'll find us.
92 FM. Weekend traffic.
The traffic update is brought to you by College of Biblical Studies. Sergeant Swing Bridge connecting Sergeant and Sergeant Al across the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Matagorda County is closed throughout Memorial Day weekend. Want a college degree without compromising your faith, online or on campus? The College of Biblical Studies offers quality education and spiritual growth. Don't compromise. Find truth, training, and transformation at cbshouston.edu. That's cbshouston.edu. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
I can smell the burgers on the Barbie right now. The weather is looking really good for all those outdoor barbecues all holiday weekend, no matter when you start, today, tomorrow, on Monday. Rain staying away in the northern part and in the west central part of the state. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHE 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
If you're overwhelmed by debt and thinking about going to a credit counseling company for help, think again. Because the majority of those companies actually work for the credit card companies, and they make the credit card companies a lot of money from people just like you. But there's another way out of debt, and it's not bankruptcy, a way to reduce your debts and save you thousands of dollars. Even better, you can find out how for free by calling 1-800-949-5991. At Freedom Debt Relief, we're not a credit counseling organization. We're not a debt consolidation company. We offer a unique alternative to save you the most money possible to resolve your debt in the shortest amount of time. If you're thinking about a credit counselor, ask yourself this. Are they working for you or the credit card companies? Reduce your debts and save thousands of dollars by learning the secrets to settling your debt. For free information, call 1-800-949-5991. That's 1-800-949-5991. 1-800-949-5991.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, so welcome back. As you know, I was part of the Young Entrepreneurs Academy over at HCC, and it was a blast. You know, we graduated 13 young individuals, and they went on to become super great business owners and all that kind of great stuff. But this morning, I stopped off and met Iris and Kim, part of this Camp Invention, and so they had an event over at U of H called the Young Inventors Showcase of Houston. And the reason it really caught my eye is because, you know, I'm big on, you know, following your passion and what you're good at is great, whatever works for you, but it's still, for me, I'm coming from the investor side of things. So I was really impressed that these were all problem solvers, a lot of problem solvers. And so I had an opportunity to talk to, like I said, Kim, and she gave us a few words about, you know, why and what it means and how it all works. So, you know, we're going to play a couple minutes of that to let you hear what she had to say coming up now.
I'm Kim Lindenfeld. I'm the regional coordinator for Camp Invention. It's a science and invention hands-on summer day camp. We're a nationwide program with lots of locations in the greater Houston area. Our organization is sponsored by the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the people that patent inventions. So kids that are coming to our camp are being inspired to come up with their own ideas, their own inventions. They're building and solving problems. There's no right or wrong answers at Camp Invention. It started in 1990 at the National Inventors Hall of Fame Museum, which used to be in the Akron, Ohio area. That's now in Alexandria, Virginia. Just this past week, the National Inventors Hall of Fame induction took place. So once a year, great inventors are inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Those inventors give inspiration to our participants at Camp Invention. So they'll see videos of great inventors. Steve Sasson invented the digital camera this summer. Our kids will hear from Steve Sasson about what he was doing when he was a kid, what inspirations he had.
And so there you have it. I mean, you know, it was a nice interview, and we'll put the rest of the clip up online maybe sometime this week or something like that. But the whole point of it was these kids, similar to the kids we had in the program at A-League Taylor, they were exposed. And that's the thing that a lot of kids, when it comes to social mobility in the U.S., they're not exposed. And so they had an opportunity to present their ideas, and we took lots of pictures. We sent over to Instagram, and we pushed up to Instagram as far as everything from one child had a doggy car wash where the dog walks through. Another one had a grandpa that couldn't walk, so they invented a special cane for him. I mean, it was just like they're taking what's around them when they're in their purest mindset. They're not polluted with the nonsense we deal with as adults, and they start inventing and creating. And I had to be there to support. So with that said, I definitely want to move and stay with the social part of it, and I want to introduce you to Jan, who's here. Daniel, you actually found him, right? Say hi to Daniel, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. There's Daniel. There's your guy.
We give a shout out to our weekly social entrepreneur beat man, Jeff Reichman, who brought you on.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's the man. So thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Tell us about what's going on.
So I'm here with the Boniek Foundation, and the Boniek family for a long time has been trying to foster cross-cultural exchange in the city of Houston and religious tolerance. You may have heard of the Boniek Institute at Rice University, and they really focus on big picture ideas and pushing and studying where religious tolerance and cross-cultural exchange really flourishes. But the Boniek family believes in a diversified charitable portfolio. So they said, you know what, we have to have strategic, nimble, foundational projects. And that really requires technology. So the foundation has been sponsoring the grand prize for the Houston Hackathon next week. We're really excited. We want everybody to come out and pitch ideas on how we can make the city of Houston more diverse, or how we can feel the diversity of the city, because we know that it's one of the most diverse cities in the world, but do we really feel that? Do we really engage with other people from the other side of the city?
Right, because way too often we refer to Houston as a salad bowl, not a mixing pot. You know, there's pockets of lettuce here and tomatoes here, but there's no commingling of much.
Totally. Yeah. So we want everybody to come out, and it's a weekend of intense coding, and we have a $2,000 grand prize for the team that builds the best application that fosters cross-cultural exchange. And then a $1,000 prize, which also isn't too shabby, for the youth squad that does the same thing.
Yeah.
So we really want everybody to come out. We also are encouraging people to submit ideas up before the event, which if you go to HoustonHackathon.com, you can submit ideas for what kind of application do you think would really foster that cross-cultural communication. And we really just want everybody to think about, well, how do we use technology to really bring people together?
Right. So what's your role in all this?
So I work with the foundation. I'm their chief strategist. We sit around at tables thinking about ideas, and then the one that we like, we go and we make happen. So.
Absolutely love it. So the future of it. So, after this is done, this hackathon takes place, then where do we go from there? So, I mean, what do we do with the winners, and is there an incubator, or how does it work?
Absolutely. So the foundation wants to work with whoever wins to make that application last forever. So we really want it to be embedded in the city landscape to encourage people to communicate forever, right? So we're going to host it. We're going to fully develop it. We're going to make sure that it's ready for public consumption. But the foundation has a lot of other projects that we're trying to accomplish. So we're going to.
And so the folks that are involved, they've already been working on something, or do they show up that day and they start brainstorming? How does that work?
Well, that's the fun part, is like some people already come into it with teams and ideas, but some people come into it and they say, you know what, I don't have anything to do this weekend. What's going on? Not everybody there is a coder. Some people are designers. Some people just have ideas.
Yeah.
And we need everybody. We need everybody to build a full application that works. So, at the beginning of the event, people are going to pitch their ideas, and you get to listen to the ones that you like and kind of self-organize to put together teams that you're going to get to know one another really, really well over the course of the weekend.
So think about how powerful this is. You're going to go to city council. I see this all the time. So you go to all these different groups, these special interest groups and these political groups, and you try to pitch your problem. You try to, you're not doing this, you're not fixing my street, you're not letting me get in, you're not giving me contracts. You come up with all these different things. Well, they need you at this event. Because, again, in order to solve the problems, you have to actually know what the real problem, or at least what the real gripe is around the community, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I encourage you, if you're an entrepreneur or an executive or both, or you're neither, to show up to this event. And when is it again?
It's May 31st to June 1st at the Houston Technology Center. It starts at noon on Saturday and ends noon the following day. So it's 24 hours of nonstop application building.
And if you want to know everything about it, go to EEHOUR. Follow us on Twitter. And I know my man over here, Daniel, has it up. So let's go outside, check on traffic and weather.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
This traffic update brought to you by iTrends. Sergeant Swing Bridge connecting Sargent to Sargent Isle across the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Matagorda County is closed throughout Memorial Day weekend. When you need to take care of your eyes, turn to the professionals at iTrends in Meyerland Plaza or Sugarland Town Square. If you're looking for fashionable frames, need to treat or manage an eye problem, Dr. Zobek will take care of that. For more on eye trends, go to itrends.org. That's itrends.org. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Well, beginning to feel a lot like summertime here. Numbers are already well into the 80s. We're looking for mid to upper 80s later this afternoon. No mention of any rain. In fact, the best chance for significant showers won't begin until Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So enjoy the long holiday weekend, everybody. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
The Houston Astros are proud to host the 8th annual MLB Civil Rights Game on Friday, May 30th, and celebrate those who have fought for equality both on and off the field. Join us for the 2014 Beacon Awards Luncheon, where we will honor football legend Jim Brown, music industry pioneer Barry Gordy, and literary icon Maya Angelou. The luncheon will also feature musical guest Aloe Black and keynote speaker Robin Roberts. Tables and tickets are available, so call 713-259-8320 or visit astros.com/civil rights game.
If you own a business, you know incorporating can be a smart way to protect yourself and your assets. So the question is, why haven't you incorporated your business yet?
My business? It's too small.
Wrong. No matter how small your business, you run the risk of losing all your personal assets, your car, your home, even your entire life savings if you're not incorporated.
Incorporating is very complicated.
Actually, incorporating is easy and fast. You can do it in just 10 minutes. Call now for your free guide from Incorporate.com. 1-800-700-0625.
I need a lawyer to incorporate. That's really expensive.
You don't need a lawyer, and we don't offer legal or financial advice. Incorporate.com is a service company whose only mission is helping people like you incorporate safely, easily, and quickly. Find out how simple it is to protect your family and personal assets by incorporating. Call now for your free guide. 1-800-700-0625. 1-800-700-0625. That's 1-800-700-0625.
Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying the weekend thus yet so far and all that other good stuff. So anyway, next person I want to have a conversation with in studio with me today. Thank you for coming out, Lawson. It's a beautiful Saturday.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It's good to be here, and it's good to be Jonyprofit's new BFF.
Yes, you are. And we're going to have a lot of fun together. So when you see us walking around, you'll be like, those guys are out to make money and help the community, help the world, especially we bring Jan with. So anyway, tell us about yourself. What's going on? I know mental bright is the thing. I'm big on thinking, not so much positive, but thinking clear, focused, accurate, capacity, all that other stuff. And so, just from the conversations we had before, very interested because the whole brain muscle is very real.
Yeah, it is. And we have formulated a nootropic supplement. And a nootropic is an herb, extract, mineral, nutrient, food that enhances your brain functioning. And so we've taken a blend of 5 different ingredients and put it in a supplement. And we've taken it directly off of the scientific literature on these ingredients. And so we've placed a lot of emphasis on taking the exact ingredients proven to increase your memory, to increase your brain clarity, your cognitive functioning, in those exact amounts, and put it in a supplement and made it available to the public.
And this is just me giving my opinion, but most individuals that are in charge of things like that, they don't do it because it's cost prohibitive.
Well, yeah. So, our mission is sort of twofold. One is to create this awareness in the public that there are these ingredients and they do really dramatically enhance your cognitive abilities. I would say the second is in a supplement environment riddled with bad supplements, fraudulent supplements. We're actually basing it directly off of the science, and it for that reason it is a bit more expensive for us to make, but that was really important for us to do.
Yeah, and the flight to quality when it comes to anything like that has to do with putting in our body. We can look around and everybody's no GMOs, everybody's eating healthy, eating clean is like the new Facebook thing. Everybody's eating clean, whatever that means. But we still don't think in terms of the brain is one big chemical factory. that processes all day. And so there's got to be something other than, the stuff I take for bodybuilding or lifting, whatever, that is actually, beneficial without the crazy side effects.
Well, and the smart drug era is upon us, and people are popping amphetamines and Ritalin and Adderall.
Yep.
And so in that environment, we are here to offer a healthier alternative that's more of a multivitamin for your brain so that it can function to the best of its ability.
Yeah, so where did you come up with this idea? How did it hit?
It was something I'd been fascinated by for a long time, same as you. And I started studying it at Rice University. I was a health science major and business major, and I just, the more I read the research, the more I saw that these ingredients had been proven to be really effective in boosting your cognitive abilities, but that the public was largely unaware that they exist.
Right.
So I saw that as an opportunity.
Okay, so if, we always ask entrepreneurs this, like if you could have one magic super ace or joker card, what would it be to help your business?
That's a good question. That should probably be a instinctual answer. I think that the paradigm shift that needs to happen for us is people need to start getting used to the idea of taking supplements for the brain. They're used to taking supplements for working out, for muscle growth, or for healthier skin, multivitamins, things like that. But this is something that's a newer idea to people, and that's something that we're trying to push through.
Yeah, and I could tell you again, he wouldn't be sitting on the show, and I can be candid because it's my show, because they ran a disclaimer report that says the views of this guy is not us, the radio station. This isn't some MLM setup, okay? This isn't we found a root of a plant under a tree in Barcelona that was struck by lightning as lava flowed over, and then we put it in here in a cap. It's none of that stuff, and if that's what you do, more power to you. So I just, we started talking, he started talking, and then for me doing my homework, realizing I get 2 hours of sleep a night, and I have to still be able to function at maximum capacity. It was like, yeah, I've been looking at a lot of different stuff too. And when we started talking, I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. I want to talk more about it. So where do they go to get Mental Bright?
So you can go to mentalbright.com, and we have just recently put our product on Amazon.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So, with that said, I want to go over here real quick and ask Daniel something. Hey, Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. Hey, spell mentalbright.com.
mentalbright.com.
That is correct.
Just
nice,
like it sounds.
Nice. Yeah.
There you go. Because I know a lot of you were like, okay, is it ITE or IGH? Okay, good.
I'm commending you on that, by the way, because you have no idea. The copywriters, man, every time we see something that's spelled differently, where it's got a K instead of a C. Or
yep.
Like that,
well, we didn't want to confuse people, so we didn't want to throw them for any loops.
Beautiful.
So,
See,
it's straight up Mental Bright.
If we were working with you, we wouldn't have to explain that to
That's
you.
Right.
Wonderful. I love it.
That's why he's here. He understands. He gets it. So anyway, like I said, we're going to roll out to break here in a moment, get you squared away. You check on traffic and weather with these wonderful reporters, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Lonnie. He has an event coming up either this week or next week, but we're going to find out more about that. You're listening to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour here on News 92 FM.
Did you know that teens within alcohol...
News 92 FM, Weekend Traffic.
Accident-free so far around the Houston area. Watch out in Brazoria County. The Sergeant Swing Bridge connecting the Sergeant to Sergeant Isle across the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Matagorda County is closed throughout the Memorial Day weekend. This is following a barge collision on Thursday, but the ferry service is expected to run. I-45 North Freeway outbound between I-10 and Woodlands Parkway should take you about 30 minutes to complete. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24 hours traffic.
Well, the first long holiday weekend, unofficial anyway, of the summer is just about started here. It looks like we're seeing some really warm numbers already well into the 80s. We're starting to see those really warm, steamy afternoons now, almost with regularity both today and tomorrow. No big changes. In fact, we're going to see mid to upper 80s on Sunday and a slight chance for an isolated shower developing on Monday as you have that big American flag waving out in the air, winds out of the southeast at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KG11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez. The most painful part about going to the dentist for me? Getting the bill.
No, it's paying the bill.
Yeah, you're right. It is paying the bill.
If you don't have dental insurance, paying dentist bills can be really painful. Just a simple cleaning can cost over $100, and other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost you hundreds more. But now you can get dental insurance for less than $1 a day. Real insurance that can help pay for all the common dental services people need. Cleanings, fillings, even crowns and dentures. For a free information kit with all the details, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company, 1-800-600-6196. You cannot be turned down because of your age or dental health, even if you're retired or on Medicare. You can see any dentist you choose and never pay a deductible. Plus, this is the only dental coverage we've seen with no annual maximum. So help take some of the pain out of paying the bill. For your free information kit, call 1-800-600-6196. 1-800-600-6196.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to Maine and Maple?
How's that cooked?
How do you change the ringtone?
How much does this cost?
Does this bus stop at Elm Street?
We ask questions everywhere in life, except any questions?
No.
At the doctor's office, ask questions.
What is this test for?
Are there any side effects?
Questions lead to better health care. Go to ahrq.gov for a list of 10 questions everyone should know. Questions are the answer. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back, and welcome back. If you're driving around town or listening on your device, I appreciate it. So anyway, I want to jump in real quick because I know Lonnie's been waiting for a second. Lonnie, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. Tell me what's happening in the world of Lonnie.
Well, what's happening is we're having our third annual Money Live event for high school students on June 14th at the Crown Plaza Hotel. It's going to start at about 9:30 to 1.
All right. So give me some details. Is it free? They got to pay? They got to register? Is it on Eventbrite? Talk to me.
It's absolutely free. All they have to do is register. We ask that you register in advance. You can go to the website, moneylive2014.com. Parents definitely want to register your students for this event. It's an amazing event. We teach in high school students about careers, and then they actually get a chance to do a money simulation where we give them a simulated lifestyle. You're 25, you're an office manager, your spouse is a mechanic, you make $4,000 a month. And they visit around the room to different vendors, buying houses, buying cars, things like that.
Absolutely love it. Okay, so what do the parents do? They just drop them off? Can they come with, or what's the deal?
The parents can stay. We do have a workshop this year for the parents. The company is called Scholar Ready and ACC. They're going to talk to them about, just financing college, how to pay for college, how to look for scholarships. So the parents will have that piece going. If the parents want to drop them off, that's fine. Just make sure they remember it is at 1 o'clock. They need to be back.
Okay, and so what are the hours of that again?
The event registration is at 9:30 for those who just kind of come in and get some breakfast. We're going to kick it off at 9:30. It'll end at 1 o'clock.
That is awesome. Okay, and once again, you go to where? moneylive2014.com?
moneylive2014.com. We would love to have your students. We want about 300 students to show up this year.
Awesome. Mr. Matthews, thank you very much, sir.
I thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we always find these cool things for the youth to do. The reason being is the absolute foundation for me was being around entrepreneurs as a kid, being around business owners, being around executive types. The stuff just oozes, it's osmosis, it just seeps into you. And when you see it, it doesn't become a foreign language when you go to college and then you go to get a job. So it's important to expose your child to that, which leads me to my next topic, my rant of the day. So here we go. I'll switch the cameras to me. Joe, bolt the doors. So anyway, look, okay. So I sat through 2 meetings this week. Actually, it was a lot of meetings. I try not to do meetings because I don't know why people have meetings most times. So anyway, I sat through these 2 meetings, right? And so the first meeting had to do with, I'm not knocking marketing people, whatever floats your boat, life coach, marketing, whatever your skill set is, whatever it is, okay? But when I'm sitting there listening to it, I'm thinking, going back to the winners versus the losers, the winners versus the losers, the winners versus the losers. And most business owners want to be on the winning team. I'm listening to the words, I'm listening to the message, and I kept saying, those aren't winning words. Those are not things that are going to make this business owner who's paying good money to these people, that's not going to help them win. And I can tell you that I've been around enough winners and I got enough stuff hanging from my walls to know what it takes to win. Okay. Winning isn't that one time you start a company and it works. Winning is when you can start one business after another, after another, after another. And that's not usually what I see of business owners. Most business owners in this market right here, they had a buddy, they had an idea, they had a moment, they made it work. The recession hit, economic change hits, a divorce hits, something hits, and they bottom out. And it's like the Tiger Woods of today. They never come back. They go to workshops, they hire experts, they do everything because they manage to ride the wave of one moment. They never learn true fundamental entrepreneurship. And so I challenge you as the person listening to the show or watching this in the archive to get it together and learn the ways of the winners. There's an absolute mindset of those who win. And I can tell you the reason Jan and Lawson are sitting here is because I identified these two as winners. And then they started talking. Before I even heard anything out of their mouth, I knew how they carry themselves and what they do. And so if you go to the camera, I'll flip it to you now. You know, Jan's got the whole beard thing going. He's looking nice and shaggy today. That's a cool look. You know, and it's one of those where you can tell, and like I say about fitness, you can tell who stays in the gym and who just wears a tight shirt with a little gut hanging out and pretends like they do, okay? You can jump out of a Phantom if you want to, but if it's not in shape, you can't hide that. You can tell who understands business and economics. You can tell. And so here was the thing that happened in the meeting. So I'm listening, and so I hear the person say, oh, yeah, we're going to brand. Everything we do is branding. And I'm thinking, if you're a small business owner and anyone ever sells you on branding, you're getting taken to the cleaners, okay? You're getting taken to the cleaners. If you don't have a product on the shelf, if your dealership isn't sitting off the freeway, if you're not face eye level with the public at all times, you don't need branding. You need to sell. You need every penny to go towards converting a person from a viewer or prospect to a customer. And I'm sitting here listening like, wow, that was the one part that got me. Number two that gets me. If you're approached by a person that says to you, oh, by the way, I am a business expert, yet I've never owned a business. Be leery. Be leery. And they're out there. If they tell you they're going to help you grow your business, but the best they've ever achieved has been, say, like a corporate exec, middle management, or an instructor, or a government employee, think about who you're giving your money to. I'm not going to take advice on medicine from a person who is not an MD or at least Ayurvedics or has studied something. It doesn't make sense. Yet every day I have to sit in these meetings where somebody proclaims themselves as a marketing guru, a agent of change, all this other garbage, and they sit here and they suck the money out of you. And I'm going to tell you, the more time you hang with these folks, the faster your business is going to fail, because when I see you at these SEO workshops and these how to market your business, and you're going to these sales training things, and I'm thinking you missed the whole point of business. If you do not hang with money, you are never going to make money. The best you can ever do is get enough followings, package that following of people, and sell them to money. So if you have a lot of customers or a lot of fans on your Facebook page and you're not making money, it's because they don't have any money. Hello, oh my God, it's trickle-down economics all over. Yet it's fascinating because of the cultural difference between the haves and the have-nots, that the have-less, we'll call them, because there's a lot of you. I just saw you got the MK bag and you got the Louis Vuitton this, and you're parading around, and I'm thinking, the people that I know that actually wear and sport this stuff probably actually know Kors and Vuitton by first name. They're probably just overseas the other week and met them. Yet in that lower class, you spend your resources on the wrong stuff. So you take that with you, think about it. Are you hanging with winners that are pulling you down, making you look good at the bottom, or are you at least entry level in the upper class? Take that. We'll come back after break.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
New accident reported now in Webster, I-45 Gulf Freeway inbound in El Dorado. taking away the left lane. Watch for slow traffic and emergency vehicles on the way to the scene. In Brazoria County, the Sergeant Swing Bridge that connects Sargent to Sargent Isle. This is across the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Matagorda County. Is closed throughout Memorial Day weekend. This is following an accident with a barge back on Thursday. Ferry service is working in that area. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
I can smell the burgers on the Barbie right now. The weather is looking really good for all those outdoor barbecues all holiday weekend, no matter when you start, today, tomorrow, or on Monday. Rain showers for the most part staying away in the northern part and in the west central part of the state. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
If you're a homeowner who's faithfully made your mortgage payments, you deserve thanks for doing the right thing. And I'd like to tell you about a powerful financial tool that rewards your commitment. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and the tool that I'm talking about is the Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. HARP is designed to help you lower your mortgage payments. It's for homeowners who are current on their mortgage payments, but due to the housing market may have little or no equity left in their home. And even if you were unable to get a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that now you may be eligible. More than 2.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of HARP and are saving an average of $250 a month. If you're one of the millions yet to take advantage, call us today at 800-QUICKEN. To learn more, call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to quickenloans.com. That number again is 800-QUICKEN.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. Listen to the Executive Entrepreneur Hours, just like Faith just said. So anyway, I want Lawson and Jan to chime in because, I just said a mouthful for those that are listening. Most places I go, I get the look like, you're mean and you're evil and you're bad. I just believe. So I'll start, Jan. What's your take on it?
Yeah, man, it can be tough sometimes. Success can be tough.
Yeah.
Right? Because, so I started my first nonprofit when I was in college. AmirProject.org. They train environmental educators, and I'll tell you, man, we got lucky.
Yeah.
We got lucky that we were in the right place at the right time, with the right supporters around us, to get it off the ground. But through that success, there have been so many times where I was blind to realizing that luck and thinking, oh, I figured it all out.
Yeah,
exactly. You think that you know what's real, and you have no idea, right? So a lot of times when you get right, you got to realize that there's mistakes to come.
Right.
There's a lot more, and there's groundwork there. You got to learn how to be scrappy. You can't just be lucky all the time.
And the crazy part, I'm speaking from 40 years of, in and out failure. This isn't one of those, and the crazy part is it's similar to, if you're into wrestling, like the real, not the WWF, not to say they're not real, but it's entertainment. If you're into like real wrestling, Greco-Roman, freestyle, whatever, Olympic style or whatever, they give us points, and even in certain karate, for taking a risk. Well, we know executives don't get paid to take risks because their job is to manage that ROI. And then entrepreneurs love to take risks because they got nothing to lose. Hey, what's a house? What's a family? What's a kid? Hey, this is bankruptcy court. So to balance that and help people understand, like, look, you got to take chances, but I always profess and preach, you got to take chances around people who can stand to lose. There's nothing like me seeing a young man or a young woman come to me like, hey, what are you going to start up? Oh, I'm going to start this, this new business, and my uncle, my family, my whatever are going to put up $500,000. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what if it goes south? Well, we'll just have less, 500,000 less. No worries. But I'm going to try really hard. But versus the person that goes in there that should have a JOB, they go to the bank, they go to family members, they raise $25,000. And if it doesn't work, everybody's poor. It's just that cultural mentality that if you emulate what the rich are doing, you can be the rich. And I'm telling you, it's not the emulation of it, it's the being around it. And I'm really fortunate to have Lawson sitting here with his, I just put the camera back on you. He's ready for prime time. He's got the whole CNBC thing going. What's your take, Lawson?
So I don't know. I think a lot of interesting points have been made. I think one issue is there are a lot of people touting themselves as business experts, and how do you identify who the experts from the frauds,
right,
or at least the less knowledgeable? And actually, I may go as far as saying that I'd rather see on someone's business resume that they've had a couple of failures, because then you know it's not just luck. They didn't just do something at the right time, and they've had this struggle, and it is a struggle. And I actually think that the best way to become an expert is to start your own business, because you learn at such an accelerated pace than you would otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just, it's so cool to get out and about, because I come out of my man cave every once in a while when I can't take it anymore, because, you know, Daniel's been working with me, and I have these huge mind maps of basically what I've found over the years that absolutely work almost every single time. You know, it's kind of like going to your favorite person in Congress or Senate and say, give me a good stock to bet on. The chances of us losing, unless we're trying to divert attention, are slim and none. Versus me going to my friend on Wall Street and say, hey, pick a good stock. And they're like, maybe. And then we were 50-50, if not 30-70. So being around the right people, and that used to kill me, that I would hang out with the guy that used to hang out with NFL players. And I kept thinking, coming from my little rural town, like, you know, wow, you hang around all this, like, money and power and influence. You should be able to do some great things. But the only thing he was worried about was, you know, making sure they get some chicken and limo service and girls and all this stuff. And I'm like, but you're sitting next to $20 million worth of cash flow, and the best you can come up with is selling them cupcakes, opening a bar, and tinting windows on a car. That's really the best you can come up with? No desalination plants, no alternate energy source. But really? And I see it all the time. And it's a mentality, and it's the same way, you know. So a lot of my rants on air, if you've ever tried to figure it out, are not because I'm angry. It's because I'm frustrated. Because I'm standing right next to you. Remember, I'm the black guy on radio that came from a white environment. We can just be candid about it. And so when I run into diversity experts, I can only chuckle and giggle. And so I'm always torn between trying to bring up, and Jan, as you're saying, trying to culturally bring it all together. But the mentality is such that when I bring stuff from the have side to the have less, their leaders say that's not what we want to hear, because you're now infringing on my rule over these minds. And so when I say, nah, just stop going to your chamber function, just come on over here to the economic development, whatever, you know, just you can be there and we cut up the pie. Well, no, I got to stay loyal. You want to say something?
Yeah, well, the question is, what do you want to bring also, right?
Right.
That a lot of times people just have a real misconception about what is success, right?
Yes.
They think that success looks a certain way. But success isn't about how it looks. It's about how you act every single day, every single minute.
Yes.
Right? It's a mentality that you carry with you. And yeah, maybe externally there are some things that you can identify, a nice gold watch that comes along the way, but that's not it, right?
Right.
And you have to be around somebody to see how they act, not when they're in front of a stage, not when they're on radio, but you know, when they're walking down the street and they're thinking about only one thing in their head, which is how do I get my business off the ground, right?
Right.
Not how do I go buy a nicer car.
Yeah.
That's just not how it works.
And it's crazy how, again, in the community where it's the reward is looking the part, faking it till you make it. You know, we see it a lot on Facebook, which is why I make, you know, light of individuals that, like, as seen walking past CVS, as found holding Forbes magazine, and like, oh really? You know, they're taking pictures, and I'm leaving Dulles Airport now. Like, why? You know, it's like, in the world of money, money's very quiet. It's very hush hush. Those that hone it, because if you have something to take, others will take it, so you don't flaunt it. So why would my people be running around in $95,000 cars like a young rapper? You just set yourself up as a target. And it's such a hard shift, even on the middle ground of business owners, to help them understand you got to hang with money. You can optimize your business. You could do everything. But if you're not on the rodeo committee, if you're not part of these volunteer groups where people that have real money hang out, if they don't get to know you, if they can't understand that you're a decent person or understand they need to stay away from you, you're always going to be the outsider going to workshops and hiring professionals that are just going to take your money. And I can't stress that enough. So now that I said that, drive around for a minute, you think about it. You're hanging out with winners, you hang around with people that want to bill you $1,500 a month that call themselves experts.
News 92 FM, Weekend Traffic.
Much of the action in Webster, I-45 Gulf Freeway inbound at El Dorado takes up the left lane there. Watch for slow traffic. Highway 288 outbound after Texas 288 Business Road, the Sergeant Swing Bridge that connects Sergeant to Sergeant Isle across the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway in Matagorda County is closed throughout Memorial Day weekend. This is following a barge collision that happened back on Thursday. The ferry service is working in that area. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Well, beginning to feel a lot like summertime here. Numbers are already well into the 80s. We're looking for mid to upper 80s later this afternoon. No mention of any rain. In fact, the best chance for significant showers won't begin until Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So enjoy the long holiday weekend, everybody. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
Okay, so welcome back. All right, look, more advice, more straight from the brain of Jonyprofit. You're listening. I appreciate it. Now, if someone says to you they shut their business down, chances are they really didn't have a business. They were like a 1099, and things got a little hectic. They found a better offer, and they moved around. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But I get tired of hearing, yeah, I used to live elsewhere. I shut my business down and came to Houston, and now I'm a business guru expert. I'm thinking, no, the people that I know, to shut your business down means you 1x, 10x, 0.5x, 20x the thing out and got rid of it because you actually had a business. It wasn't you sourcing to others. That means you were just a paid, glorified manager sitting in the middle of a lot of activity. And so I just want you to be mindful when you're out there and you're getting sold on these cool things, because that's not Daniel making this stuff up. He's not writing the copy for this stuff that, no, that's not him. But when you're sitting out here and you're hiring folks, I'm so tired of having to clean up the mess of other business experts. It's like being the doctor or the mechanic who every time you bring your car in, you're bringing me someone else's mess. But more importantly, the reason we did the workshop with the Microsoft store and we had a great turnout, that was awesome. The video might be up online. Go to YouTube and check it out. Was because I got tired of sitting with clients and trying to explain to them the mindset we bring to business. And the one thing we found is when we talk to folks that are not from the United States of these Americas, or that are in the upper 5, maybe 10% of the economic class chamber there, they get it. The other 90%, the consumer groups, the ones that keep this economy going, I could say it till I'm blue in the face. I could say, hey, look, don't spend money you don't have. Don't invest in businesses that don't have a guaranteed market. Don't do this, don't do that. And they're just like, well, John, there's 50 million books on moving your soup and chicken noodle cheese and rich dad, poor dad. I just don't think you know what you're talking about, buddy. This is how you do it. Look here. And then next week I'm going to be topping Google search. Like, what are you talking about? And they totally undermine what hackathons and what you're doing, Mental Bright. They totally undermine what we do because they get these folks all excited. They get you, the business owner, excited because you're at the end of your rope. You don't know how you're going to make growth happen. You've tried everything. You've tried spending money with Google AdWords. You've tried hiring new people. You've done all this and nothing's happened. So you go out and get one more broke individual that needs you to give money rather than going with people who have money that want to invest in your business because they already have the channels for you, but you don't want to talk to them because, well, they want 15, 20, 30, 40, 50%, 52% of your business. And then it's like watching another bad episode of Shark Tank when you come in with the absolute ridiculous, silly idea, and one of them just happened to say, hey, I like it. You know what? Give me 75%. I'll give you $500,000 today. And we're on the way to the races. Well, I appreciate what you're saying, Mr. or Mrs., but I worked too hard on this, and I can't give you 75% of what I have. And they say, well, what are your numbers? I haven't made a single penny, but I know it's worth a lot of money one day, and I just can't do it. Wow! But every time I'm sitting in one of these business development and how to grow your business thing, that's who I'm sitting there with. Individuals that just swear up and down that their idea is the idea the market wants. So, I don't know. Let's tell the people how to contact you one more time before I suck up all the air. So how do they get a hold of you, Jan?
They should check out the BoniacFoundation.org.
Yeah. And what's the address, email, or website for it?
The website is the BoniacFoundation.org or the HoustonHackathon.com website also.
Spell it just in case. I know Daniel's putting it on the web, and turn your mic a little this way.
Sure, yeah. Boniac is Boniuk. BoniacFoundation.org.
Okay. Lawson?
It's mentalbright.com. mentalbright.com.
Awesome. And so both of you graduated from the whole OWL territory, right?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And so, as you know, last weekend I graduated from 14th grade. So I finished my associates, right? Because I said, hey, I'm an old guy. Kids can't beat me. They need to know the importance of going to school. I love school because it gives me discipline. But more importantly, you should love school because it gives you connections. That's why you pay $220,000 to go to a school. You get the connections. And so I had to decide whether I want to go to Bauer, where I was there this morning, and be connected to the international market, or if I want to go to Rice and just be part of that whole Baker type money, like that. Ooh, wow, that's how many zeros is in that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what made you decide to go to Rice? Go ahead.
Well, so my experience, I went up to Williams College in the Northeast for 2 years. Didn't like it, missed Texas, wanted to be close to my family, came back, and I had a great experience at Rice. And I alluded to this a little bit earlier. I love school and taking classes and stuff, but I think the learning curve is the most steep when you are starting your own business. There's nothing, you learn things that you could never learn in a classroom.
Right.
So just anecdotal, but I loved Rice, and you're right, you do make a lot of connections with people with money, with people who know money, and with people that know Rice and love Rice for what it is.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so I've been in Houston just about my whole life, and I wanted to get out of here. So I probably would have gone to Williams. But anyway, but then, the way things worked out, I ended up staying in Rice, and it was the best thing that's ever happened because you get to be part of a community. And especially since I grew up here, I feel like in Houston, this is the biggest little town in the world, right? I mean, it's like you can find everybody. You can do your thing here. It's just about taking a step outside of the boundary, At Rice, they call it outside the hedges,
Beyond
right?
the hedges.
Beyond the
That's right,
hedges.
yeah.
That's right, yeah. You just take that first step, and you'll find somebody out there on an island, that's like waiting for you to come talk to them. So,
I love it. Daniel, where'd you go?
To American University in Washington D.C. with our good friend Drew Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he found me on my site, he checked out the bio, and the second that he read that, he's like, "This is the guy. I'm going with him." Got another AU Eagle in Houston.
Wow. So so do you connect with any of the folks you actually went to school with?
Yeah, sure I do. People out in New York, people in D.C. Definitely, they're all moving to. A lot of them went into government, a lot of them went into law.
Yeah.
Some of them went into business. Believe it or not, that was actually kind of the third school on campus. But when I was there was this old saying that politicians make enemies, diplomats make friends. But all I noticed was that the International Relations School had the smallest building on campus, and the business school was the biggest. And it was supposedly like middle of the pack. And I was like, all right, there's something wrong with this. So eventually I wound up going into business.
Yeah. And I really appreciate individuals that know how to leverage your work relationships, because again, trying to decide which direction I want to go in the future. Do I want to travel the world, or do I want to be right here and be part of all the economic boom and growth and all that? And it comes down to, look, when you get to be 40 years old, you better not be out there worried about search engine optimization. You better be out there having meetings with your friends who are the ED, the VP, the CXO of other companies. That's how deals are made. And the guys and girls that go to Rice and they go to Harvard and these other schools, they understand this better than small business owners. And the reason they don't teach you that is because then you'll show up and you'll just be annoying everybody at the meeting. But the point is, it's about being connected in the right circles and bringing value to the table. Can't stress it enough. You come with good ideas. There's more money, literally, more money sitting on the sideline with absolutely nothing to do, earning negative returns, than there'll ever be people smart enough to put something together to go out and extract either better ideas, better processes, better anything out of the economy. And so that's why when you tell me your business idea, and I look at you like, who's going to buy it? Who would invest in it? And you say, well, I don't know, it's going to be a loan, and, I don't know. I think if I just market it enough, the people will start to like it. And then I talked to your so-called marketing person, which is one of the questions I asked. I said, hey, who's going to buy this stuff? I'm like, oh, no, it's just branding. So anyway, don't go out there branding your stuff. If you're an SME, go out there and make some money so you can help out those that you want to help. With that said, go to EEHOUR.com. Check us out. You can like us on Facebook. That's where I really want you to go. Go to Facebook. Just put in EEHOUR. You'll find us there. Daniel, thank you very much. Jan, thank you very much. Lawson.
Thank you.
Coach Steph's in here, and the wonderful Joel is in there playing that music for us. Until next week, be safe. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.